people of Prince Edward County knew they had a budding star in their midst when soprano Elizabeth McDonald won the grand prize at the Ontario Music Festival competition. That was 1997. And just 4 short years later, she wowed the critics with a superb performance in Idomeneo at the Canadian Opera Company, a role she stepped into at the last minute. It was her professional debut, and to heighten the drama, she was 7 months pregnant. It was an opening night to remember. We are very happy to have Elizabeth McDonald on stage in Studio 2. Elizabeth, how do you make that sound? Does it surprise you sometimes?
Yeah, sometimes it does.
Let's talk about, just before you began to sing, we mentioned that your debut was very unexpected, filling in for somebody at the last minute, and you were also pregnant. Do you remember anything about that night, or is it a blur?
Well, I sort of remember a few things about the night, and it was mostly focused on the first recitative that I sing, which is just one line, and then after that it was pretty much a blur. I mean, it was so crazy because, you know, I'm singing with Michael Shada, this, you know, Canada's big tenor, and, you know, this has been my dream forever, and all of a sudden my first experience is this Canadian Opera Company, Michael Shada.
Boom.
Boom.
What's scarier, though, I wonder, knowing it's coming and worrying and fretting about it, or not knowing it's coming and suddenly, boom?
Well, I think I wouldn't trade the way that it happened, because certainly there was no chance really to get nervous. You know, the day before the dress rehearsal, I was pretty much said, you're doing it. And I think had I maybe known beforehand, there would have been a lot more nerves, and the situations would have been totally different.
And you got to have your daughter with you on stage. She just wasn't born yet. She was 7 months old.
7 months, yeah. By the time we were done, she was almost ready to come out. So
is she making a lot of noise now?
She's just starting to make way more noise than I'm used to, so starting to walk a little bit.
Let's talk about the Bay of Quinte, which is one of the most beautiful areas of Ontario. Was it nice growing up there?
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
You were in lots and lots of competitions. Did you like that, or was that nerve-wracking?
Well, I did the Rotary Music Festival in Belleville for as long as I lived there, and I enjoy some competitions. I think there's an element of suspense and surprise, because it's basically you're competing against yourself, not anybody else, and that's a tough lesson, and I think that's an important one. And so, I mean, we continue to learn that as professional singers as you continue to do competitions. But
you know, it's interesting as people, I guess, become more and more famous. There often is, you know, as you look back, that teacher, the teacher who helped you, inspired you, told you you could do it. Who is it for you?
Well, my first real teacher was Phyllis Antonini, who lives just outside of Picton, a little small town, and she was the one I studied with all through high school that really introduced me to opera, and not just gave me a sort of foundation, technically for singing, but really gave me a love. She really, really loves the art form. And so when I went off to U of T and started studying with Mary Morrison, really we just built on that, and that was so nice. And so we continue to do that even to this day, and Phyllis and I are still good friends.
The interesting thing is that the voice, I mean, your instrument, obviously so important, but it evolves. It's not like a flute that you pick up. Yeah. It always sounds the same. Is it true that your voice changed a bit after you had your child?
Well, certainly, you know, it changes all the time, just growing, you know, all experiences make you change, but just, you know, the hormones are changing, and your body physique is changing, and all your muscles that you sing with in the stomach region are totally stretched out, and then all of a sudden they're all loose.
Well, the critics say that it's given you a bigger voice, a stronger voice, and that you can take on more important roles. Is there something you really want to do? Is there something you want to sing?
Right now I'm working on Donna Anna, Don Giovanni, and I would really love to do that soon. But again,
who should we tell that to?
Yeah, right. Yeah, really.
Maria Callas was criticized for pushing herself and for, I think, ravaging her instrument, because she constantly wanted to get the higher and higher note. Are you aware of that? Do you try to take care and pace yourself, or is it sort of so irresistible?
I think that the preparation to the performance is where you take care of it, and then you don't worry about it when you're on stage. And that's why you choose your roles wisely, so that you're not hurting yourself when you step on stage.
You're going to sing for us again?
Certainly.
Ontario is so very